you folks doing? So, a guy's working the night shift at an adult video and gift store. You know, sort of places where they sell whips and chains and gag balls and things like that. So, it's a pretty slow night. It's probably about 2 in the morning. Suddenly the little chime on the front door rings and a brunette walks in. The brunette goes up to the clerk working at the register and she goes, "Excuse me, sir, where do you keep your dildos?" And he goes, "We keep them right here on the wall behind the counter. You just point at the one you want and I'll pull it down." She's like, how much for that black one there? Man says, "It's $30. All the dildos are $30. It doesn't matter what color it is." It's like, "Okay, I'll take the black one." She plunks $30 down on the counter and buys her black dildo and leaves the store. So, about an hour passes. It's now 3 a.m. No business in the meantime. Guy's just bored, sitting around doing nothing. And suddenly a redhead walks in. She goes up to the guy and she goes, "Excuse me, sir, where do you keep your dildos?" Man says, "Ma'am, we keep them right back here on the wall behind the counter. You just point at the one you want and I'll pull it down for you." She starts looking. She's like, "How much for that white one there?" He says, "Ma'am, it doesn't matter what color they are. All these dildos are the same price. They're all $30. I was like, "Okay, I'll take that white one." Clerk pulls down the white dildo, rings it up. Lady plunks down her $30, grabs her dildo, and leaves. Again, no customers for a little while. Half hour later, it's about 3:30. A blonde walks in. And she goes up to the clerk and she says, "Excuse me, sir, where do you keep your dildos?" And he goes, "Well, we keep them right here behind the counter. You just point at the one you want and I'll pull it down for you and ring it up." And she's like, "So how much is that black one then?" He goes, $30, just like all the rest of them. She's like, "So that white one's also $30? He's like, "Yeah." So she points up to the very top shelf and she says, "How much is that green one? Is that the same price as all the others?" Man takes a look and says, "No, ma'am, that's a special one, actually. That one's actually $240. She's like, "Ooh, it must be really fancy." He's like, "Well, as you can see, it's a big one." She's like, "Yeah, I'll take it." So he pulls down the item she wanted and puts it on the counter and brings it up for $240. And she takes her purchase and leaves. So the manager of the store comes in first thing in the morning to relieve the clerk, and he's like looking at the register and he notices there's $300 in it. He goes, "Man, you must have had a surprisingly busy night." He's like, "No, actually I only had 3 customers." He's like, "You made $300 off of 3 customers?" He goes, "Yeah. I sold a black dildo, a white dildo, and a 2-liter of Mountain Dew for $240.